So today, as I mentioned, procurement interview questions and mock-up. Okay, and I divided the questions that I'm going to ask in two sections. One is setup related questions and another one is business transactions related questions. I divided into two. Okay. And these are most of these are latest interview questions because while my students are attending the interviews, I'm also sitting along with them to understand what kind of questions are asking in the recent market. And accordingly, I'm also updating my content, my explanation, and my interview questions also I'm updating. Okay. Now, the first question from the configurations is, can you please explain some profile options in the purchase? Can you please explain some profile options in the purchasing?
Default procurement BU, default document type, procurement agent to category assignment.
Defaulting the procurement BU.
Default procurement BU.
Defaulting the procurement BU. Okay.
Default document type, like a new order, new negotiation, existing orders. And
default document
type
in the document builder. Okay, can we say like that? Okay.
Default procurement agent to category assignment.
New order, existing order,
new negotiation.
New negotiation. So everybody, can you please participate along with Raju? Next, please.
Default procurement agent to category assignment.
We can say like that, defaulting the procurement BU based on the
category assignment.
Based on the based on the we default the procurement BU based on the buyer, right? I mean user. That is also there. That is the default category to see the infolets. Oh, sorry, this is covered here already. Okay. That will ignore it. Okay, so any other important?
Yeah, that is also important, right? The procurement category assignment also important, right?
Buyers are assigned to specific purchase specific item.
Buyers are assigned to
purchase specific items, no sir. We are category assignments.
Yeah, fourth one I'm mentioning, procurement agent to category assignment. So what category of items can be
not
ordered by the buyer?
No, this is not ordered by the buyer. This is on the procurement dashboard. We see infolets, right? We see infolets. We see some the moment you open. This is not the category that is ordered by the supplier. It's not like that. It's like this. I'll explain you. So here, whatever the data is loading, that's related to fellow procurement agent to designate a default browsing or item category to use it to filter the data when they're accessing the procurement dashboard. Okay, so why I don't want to mention this particular profile option is, so if you get a cross question on this, we are unable to answer. That's the reason I wanted to skip it from here. That is my intention.
Okay, can you show that to dashboard? Like which one is going to reflect?
Open schedules, orders in process, orders requiring attention, recent activity, all these are the infolettes.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't want to add this into the list. Okay.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to get cross questioned. That's why.
Okay.
They asked us to explain some, not all.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just 5 or 6 is okay. Or maybe 4 or 5 also okay. That's my intention. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Even this profile option, practically I never tried. Even if I get a cross question also, exactly, can you tell me where you are going to use this? Then also I get caught. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And then the communication,
Okay.
communication profile options, like from email address,
Okay.
a generic email address,
Okay.
override
Okay.
email address.
Okay. And
Copying requisition to purchase orders, sir. DFFs.
Yeah.
yes. Copying requisition, header,
Line
line,
distribution,
Distribution.
DFFs to
DFF to
Purchase order.
purchase order, header, line, and distribution.
Communication data model for the CXML type of
Okay.
communication, and attachments, whether attachments can be sent.
Enabling the supplier question, supplier communication. Okay. And I will enter important profile options in the also. Okay. I will enter important profile options on the communication. Supplier communication profile options, enabling the supplier communication, and from email address.
Generic email address.
Generic email address.
And the notification override email address.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. I'll move to the next question. I'm moving to the next question. Okay. Only I have explained the important profile options on the supplier communication. Okay. Not all.
Okay.
This need to be uploaded to the website blog also. That's why I'm thinking which one to be used, because in the blog it should appear. But okay. Next, setup related only. What are the configurations that required to What are the PO configurations or purchasing configurations or whatever that required to perform for a new business unit? So this is kind of rollout question also. The rollout project, if you are mentioning the rollout project, what you configure for the new business unit? What are the purchasing configurations that required to perform for a new business unit?
We need procurement agent.
Okay. All of you can also try. I'm not
Common
asking
options
individual.
are-
I'm not asking individually also. Yeah, go ahead.
Common options for payables and procurement
Okay.
or requisition business functions, procurement
Data
business
access.
functions,
Procurement business
procurement agent, receiving parameters.
Receiving parameters inventory org level, Kiran.
Okay, sir.
But anyway, if you create a new view, under that you create a inventory ordination. Under that inventory ordination, you have to do it. But BU level, when they specifically asked, then
Okay.
mention about BU level setups only.
Okay, sir.
Buyer assignment rules.
Okay, buyer assignment rules.
Tab,
Procurement document numbering.
So procurement manager.
Procurement
Tag.
isn't already covered.
TAD.
Tad, did you link to business unit? Tad, we link to ledger, right? If the BU created under same ledger, if the BU under a different ledger, it's fine. I mean, if you answer it and if you get cross question, you should be able to re-answer it. Okay. When you mention about TAD, I'm saying TAD is really assigned to the business unit. Then you should answer no, it's assigned to the ledger. If the BU is from the same ledger, not required. Maybe based on the rules also that you created inside, it may not be required. But if the BU is from separate ledger, when you are creating a separate ledger for that BU, then it is required. You should be able to answer that way. Okay, otherwise don't say TAD. Because when I ask a question specific to the business unit, if you're explaining all the purchasing related configurations like ledger level, inventory level, every setup, if you're explaining, then what is the point of asking questions specific to the business unit? Correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Common options for
Payables and procurement.
payables and
payables and procurement. Okay. And
Configure procurement business
Requisition business
functions.
function.
Requisition business
acquisition
function.
business function
Procurement.
options.
Yeah.
We'll
Procurement
say like
business
that.
function.
We'll say like that.
Procurement.
Procurement business function options and
procurement agent,
okay, procurement agent. Yes, because BU level
receiving parameter,
we have to know, sir, that's inventory org level, sir, receiving parameters. Procurement agents for that BU. Yes. Document numbering also. When you say document numbering, which document numbers are controlled at BU level?
Purchase order.
Purchase order,
agreement,
equation,
Agreement.
RFQs.
Purchase order legal
Acquisition.
entity level, sir. Purchase order legal entity level, sir. Because if you select purchase order, you will say you have to select the legal entity. If you want, I can check.
agreement, sir.
Agreement.
Agreement BU level, agreement requisition.
Sir, supplier.
Okay. Supplier. So what you do, BU level for the suppliers, Ravi? The question
sir,
to
I am
only you. Question
sir,
to
I am
only
telling
you.
sir document numbering at supplier level.
Document numbering at supplier level. What is that, sir? What is that, sir? Supplier document numbering, you mean to say? Supplier numbers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, that is not ledger level controlled, legal level controlled. That's site level control, nothing but application level controlled. When you are entering that number, are you selecting any BU there? Are you selecting any ledger there? No. You are directly entering the number. That means is that number is specific to the BU, number is specific to the ledger. Application level
No, sir.
setup, that is. Site level setup, that is. Okay?
Okay, sir.
But try it, okay? No problem. If it is right or wrong, try it. Everyone try it, if it is right or wrong. Maybe it could be a right. You don't know, right?
Sir, there is one
Thanks, Ravi,
problem.
for trying. Tell me.
Sir, there is one problem. Sir, yesterday while configuring in common options for payable and procurement, only company and account is coming only, and not mine.
Okay.
What may be the reason, sir?
Sir, don't divert, sir, please.
Okay.
Your practice doubts, if you want to ask at the end. We are doing the intro discussion, okay? Questions discussion. Please don't divert. Anything else that we configure at the BU level?
For approvals,
It depends on the rules. If you are able to explain in that way, approvals we may need to configure in case if we have used a business unit in the conditions or required to use the business unit in the conditions, then we may need to configure approvals also. Like that you can explain. Okay.
yes, sir.
And other setups also, like somebody said buyer assignment rule. Buyer assignment rule also same answer. So if you're identifying the buyer based on the business unit, then I mean buyer assignment rules is actually an optional setup. It's not a mandatory setup also. So if you mention about buyer assignment rules for this question, you should be able to face the next questions on that setup. Okay. So why buyer assignment rule is used? What is the purpose of that? Then you should be able to explain about buyer assignment rule. Buyer assignment rule is used to identify the procurement BU. It is used to identify the buyer for the requisitions. Also, we can create a rules there, and automatically the procurement BU and buyer automatically get identified for that requisition. Okay, team?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can we add also, sir,
Layouts-
procurement managers?
Procurement manager.
We have to add the role of procurement manager.
Sir, BU level, sir, please listen to the question. Setups related to the BU level, not rules.
Okay.
Not rules. So listening
Same
to
rules.
everyone, please listen to the question, okay? So listening skills also important because you're going to attend client calls, right? If you are thinking in other direction, it's also a negative remark in the interview. Because I'm asking something, this guy is thinking differently. If this is going to happen for 3 to 4 questions, he's going to stop the interview and he'll say HR will call back you. Because we have to face the client interviews, client meetings, right? When you're attending the client meetings, listening skills are important. Anything else? That's it.
Think so.
Anything related to supplier, anyway, supplier related.
Supplier is at the site level, I mean,
Yeah,
application level.
correct, yeah. Anything related to requisitions, do you think on the BU level? Requisition related setups, try to remember. I mean to say everything like catalog or contents and whatever. Just try to remember that. Anything mandatory that you think. I think no one expected, right? It's a group mock-up. Maybe some people expected maybe individual mock-ups are will take. That's it, sir. Okay, let's look at this section once again. Did we miss anything? BU level setups. No, that's okay. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we explained at least few. That's good. Okay, and also we explained important setups also. Okay, and if you want, you can mention TAD also. If you want, you can mention TAD, but you have to add up this. If the new BU has to be used in the conditions.
Sir, can we add data access also, sir, in that?
Yeah. I mean, if you're able to explain like that, you can add everything. But I'm mentioning only important, very, very important. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm moving to the next question, team. What are the predefined line types available in Oracle Fusion Procurement?
Goods and
Goods and
price service.
fixed price.
Goods
and fixed price service.
Price services.
services. The next question, following question to this one. In which cases you use goods and in which cases you prefer to use fixed price services?
Goods is for inventory items. Fixed price service could be for expense.
Expense.
What
is the difference between inventory item and expense item?
Inventory item you will have you can stockable, transactable, and
transactable and costing.
For fixed price services, the best answer is it's not expense item when you're taking a service. When you're taking a service, when you are consuming a service, you don't enter the quantity. You don't enter the quantity. In that case, we pay some fixed price, fixed amount to the supplier. That's a better. Okay, if you mention expense item, see in the purchase order, the moment you select fixed price services, will it allow to enter the item or not?
No.
Then why you are mentioning expense item? Expense item is also an item, right?
Yes.
Expense item is also an item. Will you able to mention expense item in the fixed price services? Okay, I'm trying to change your thinking approach also.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is how you have to. This is how you have to think.
Yeah, this will be really helpful.
Yeah,
We know like how to answer also.
yeah. In which cases, and also the cross questioning also. From one question, they will pull you to the other areas also. Okay, they will try to take you into depth of that subject. In which cases, does business prefer to use goods or fixed price services line types? The goods. So this can be used for both inventory and expense items. Okay. Use it to procure both inventory and expense items. Both inventory and expense items, and this is quantity based purchasing. Correct? You enter the quantity. Okay. And in case of fixed price services, this is, if I miss any word in the middle, please let me know, I'll correct. This is amount based purchasing. Correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Soundarya, what happened, madam? We are drawing. Your kid is in front of you. She's playing or what? Isn't it? Soundarya, are you there?
Yes, Krishna, I'm here only, but I'm in chat.
Okay, man, that's okay. This is
I'm able
amount
to
based.
hear you, the question.
Okay. This is amount based purchasing and used for services. Used for getting the services for fixed amount. If you want, you can mention like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. I think I have answered a follow-up question. I have asked a follow-up question for this, right? I think. What is the difference between inventory item and expense item? I think that I have asked. It's okay. I covered that in the inventory. Inventory in the blog already. Inventory questions are there. Basic inventory questions are there. You can review in the blog. Okay. Under the supply chain folder, under the Fusion SCM folder. Now let's come to some questions related to the business. Okay, we parallelly handle both of them. Explain P2P cycle. Explain P2P cycle.
In our
Everyone,
yeah,
Razu, can you please be quiet for some time? Don't mind.
okay, yeah.
Only you're responding. Team, please respond. Explain P2P cycle.
We have to create the requisition. Once requisition approved, we will go on price the purchase orders.
Okay.
Yeah, then after once purchase orders are approved, then we will go on rise the receipts. Receipts have been completed. We need to rise the invoice.
Okay.
Once invoice is done, we need to transfer it to GM.
Okay. Anyone would like
In
to
between.
answer? Tell me, madam.
Yeah, in between that, we need to do some configuration for subledger accounting.
Okay.
Please correct me if anything wrong.
I'll correct, madam. At the end, I'll correct.
Shall I try,
Yeah,
Krishna?
please.
Yeah, the P2P cycle starts with requisition.
Hmm.
Then it starts with requisition, and then we'll ask for the supplier to provide RFQ. And then once RFQ is provided, we ask for the quotation.
Hmm.
Then quotation is converted to PO. PO is once PO is done, we receive the item in our inventory. And then once we receive the item, then we do the invoicing, then we do the payment. And then once the payment is done, we reconcile and we'll send that to the GL, transfer to GL,
Okay. Sir.
general ledger. Yeah, that is the process.
Anyone wants to try?
Shall I?
No. Sir, P2P cycle. After explaining 1 month of that module, you're not at least trying. If you don't try, if you don't, it's like what to say, a practice match. If you don't try in the practice match, how you pay directly on the ground? Try yourself. Hmm? No? Just 3 people tried. Sir, if I give answers, do you by heart answers and you explain in the interview? Employees of the company from any department, if they are looking for some material, it could be goods or services, they have to formally request purchasing department to procure the material, for which they create for which they has to create. I mean, your answers also right only, Soundarya and Keshav. Soundarya, but in your answer, you have to mention about bidding process also. Okay. You have not mentioned about bidding process. Keshav, you have mentioned it. Okay. But this is another way of explaining in a not like explaining requisition, approval, purchase order, receive, not like that, explaining in a business way and a beautiful way. This is okay. Employee of the company from any department, if they are looking for some material, it could be goods. It could be goods or services. They has to formally request purchasing department to procure the material for which they has to create a requisition. Okay. And that requisition has to be, because if you explain like this, they feel you have a business knowledge. You know, they think like you are understanding the application in the business way. Okay. That requisition has to be processed by the buyer. If buyer knows the supplier to procure that, the supplier, if the buyer knows the supplier, then supplier is that. Then supplier immediately place purchase order to that vendor. Correct? If the buyer knows the supplier, then supplier immediately place a purchase order to the vendor.
No, buyer place purchase.
Buyer place.
Purchase order.
Yeah, please correct me if I do such mistakes. Okay. Buyer immediately place a purchase order to the vendor. Okay.
Instead of saying buyer knows the supplier, if any supplier is available to supply the goods or service, he will create purchase order. Otherwise, he will start bidding process.
Okay, that's also fine. Okay, fine. If any supplier available already with us, then buyer immediately place a purchase order to that vendor. Okay.
Otherwise, he will start the bidding process.
Otherwise,
he will start.
Buyer starts the
bidding process.
Starts the bidding process to identify best supplier in terms of
RFQ,
price,
in terms of price,
quality, warranty,
Service.
or service, etc. Okay. Once supplier is identified for our business, then
place purchase order.
Then buyer
Place
the purchase order and communicate the PO with the supplier and receive the stock. And enter our payable scheme. enter the invoice to make the payment to the vendor based on the payment term and all these financial transactions posted to the ledger. Okay. If you want, you can also elaborate here. At the PO level also, if you want, you can elaborate here. Okay.
Okay.
Is it good? Any mistakes? Employee of the company from any department, if they are looking for some material, it could be goods or services. They has to formally request purchasing department to procure the material, for which they has to create requisition, and that requisition has to be processed by the buyer. If any supplier available already with us, then buyer immediately place a purchase order to that vendor. Otherwise, buyer starts the bidding process to identify best supplier in terms of price, quality, warranty, service, etc. Once supplier is identified for our business, then buyer place a purchase order and communicate the PO with the supplier and receive the stock and our and payables team enters the invoice to make the payment to the vendor based on the payment terms, agreed. And finally, all these financial transactions posted to the ledger. Okay. Your answer is also fine, but this is my style of answer. Okay. Now, next question. Next question. Answer, please.
So during receiving the invoice, receiving account gets debited. Inventory.
Start from the
Invoice.
requisition, Kiran. Start from the requisition. Okay.
Okay.
You should say this, right?
Yes, sir. So after that, during receiving the inventory, receiving account gets debited, and then it is posted to inventory accrual account.
1 second. Except Kiran, anyone wants to try? Anyone else wants to try?
Sir, after receiving the inspection account gets debited, sir. Then
Okay.
After delivering the stock, this inventory gets again debited, sir. And after that, receiving account gets credited, sir. Then we make the invoice, sir.
Okay, invoice level accounting entry. Please.
Accrual account and liability account.
Accrual account will be credited.
Liable account.
Accrual account will be
Debited. Liable account is credited.
Okay. So after receiving inspection account is
Debited.
debited.
Accrual account debited.
Accrual account
credited.
credited. After delivery,
Receiving
Inventory.
inspection credited.
Inspection account.
okay. Receiving inspection credited. That's right.
Inventory account debited.
Account debited. Account debited.
Okay.
Invoice accrual.
Yeah, the accrual account here.
Accrual account will be debited.
Debited. Liable account credited.
Liability account credited.
Liability account will be
Debited account credited.
Can you remember after the payment?
Liability to cash.
the account will be debited and receiving organization will be credited.
Accrual account debited after invoice payment.
Accrual
And
account is
cash
done, sir.
clearing.
Accrual account is done, sir. Is it done?
Liable cash
Cash
clearing.
account and inventory.
1 second, give me a second. Okay, sir. I'm also not sure about the payment entry. Can anyone confidently tell me the payment entry? Even I don't remember.
Yes, Krishna. Liability debited and
Cash
cash
account
account.
credited.
Okay, that's right. I think this is the right entry, I believe. Because after the payment, your liability account should knock off. Because it's no more a liability to the company. Okay, liability account is debit side, and then cash account, because your cash is going
Credit.
out. Yeah, cash is credit. It's going out. That's why it's credit side. Is there any? Tell me, sir.
Is it called a cash clearing account?
Cash
Or
account
just
or
cash?
cash clearing account? No idea. I'm also not sure.
Yeah, if it is reconciliation, cash clearing. After that, cash clearing to cash.
Okay, that could be right answer. Yes. Okay, I think this should be fine. Being a SCM consultant, if you are able to tell this.
And Krishna, like on receiving side, receiving inspection account debit, is that always? What if we don't have inspection?
This is that's why during my classes I don't mention inspection, but technically speaking, it's inspection. The account name is receiving inspection account only, but I can mention receiving account, not a problem. If you think,
but in real time,
yes. If I mean, if your inspection is there or not, it hits the same account only.
okay.
Okay, I removed that sentence. Okay, that word to avoid the confusion.
Okay.
Okay,
So Krishna, in
Now,
real time, like how deep you have to know about these debit credit accounts? Like, do you have to deal with the finance team? You have to coordinate anything with the finance team, or how? Because
no,
it's
just
because of finance
understanding,
clients.
just understanding basically. Okay, no need any, no need to coordinate finance teams. Like, what is the significance of liability account? If you understand that, after the payment, liability account should be cleared out. Correct? Then you will say that entry. This is not application, not finance team and all. This is generic knowledge, generic business understanding. What is meant by liability account? That's a liability to the company. After you making the payment, it should not stay in the liability account. It should go out of the liability account. So liability account is the debit side. After the making the payment, your cash should go out. Correct? So cash account get credited. Okay.
And again, it is not that in cash account, the credit means it's not that you pay by cash. What if you pay by credit card or some other mode of payment? Still, it is cash account, or only if payment is through cash account?
That's the name of the account, sir. Okay, it's you can pay in bank or whatever. It's the name of the account that we call. That's it. Okay. So you won't mention like bank account get debited, credited, or credit card account get credited. You won't mention like that, or UPI account get credited. We don't mention like that. We generically mention like this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So these two are very, very important in the questions. Okay, every interview you will get these two. Now I'll only write the questions. Later we'll write the answers. Because it's taking a lot of time if I write the answers. What are the types of purchase orders? Okay, that's my next question. And after that, what is the difference between blanket purchase agreement and contract purchase agreement? Okay. Next question is, what are the these are basic questions, and everybody knows that these questions are going to ask in the interview. Okay, but these are definitely repeated questions in the interview. Okay, that's why I'm also repeating here. Maybe you think, sir, we need some different types of questions. I'll come to that. The different types of questions, I'll come to that. First, we'll concentrate on the important questions. Okay.
Okay.
What are the receipt routing methods? What are the invoice match options? What are the approval hierarchies? Okay. What are the approval hierarchies? And I'm thinking about important entry questions. Accrue at receipt and accrue at period end. What is meant by accrue at receipt? Accrue at period end. What is the difference between local catalog and punch out catalog? What is the difference between smart form and information template? Okay. What is meant by a content zone?
T is missing. What is meant?
What is meant by content zone?
Conditions that we can use in a mapping set.
Okay, madam, I'll add it after few questions. Okay. Around that, I need to add meaning. In how many ways we can communicate? In how many ways we can communicate PO to the supplier? In how many ways we can communicate our PO to the supplier? Okay. And is it possible to receive if using closed for invoicing status? What is the answer, team? What is the answer?
No, sir.
What is the answer?
No.
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
Just we can close, we can receive.
You can receive.
Only
You-
after
even
final
without
close, we cannot receive them.
Even without PO also you can receive unordered receipts.
I'm just asking you in the context of PO. Is it possible to receive a PO status? Isn't closed for receive invoicing status? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 If you say no, that's it. Your entry is gone. One question, one answer, gone entry. Because before receiving, you can also invoice. Before receiving, you can also invoice. If you invoice, the status is going to immediately change it to closed for invoicing. If the status is changed to closed for invoicing, it does not mean receiving is already completed. Okay. Is it possible to receive if a PO status is in the PO is closed?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Then
No. No.
No.
then
What is closed? Finally
No.
closed.
No.
Same question.
answer is no.
Invoice. Okay, invoice. Okay.
I changed that.
Invoice. Status. Yes. No, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's possible to, even if a PO is closed, yes, you can invoice. Okay. What are the types of change orders?
Internal and external.
Internal and external.
Even I don't know.
OTBA is report, right? Sir?
Yeah, report, yes. Even I don't remember. Just check
Do
this
we
and
have?
check this and let me know. Go to OTBA area and check this and let me know answer. So for that, you have to watch the video in our YouTube channel. Watch it and go to OTBA subject area and just around 5 are there. Please tell the names of those 5 subject areas. Okay. you want to restrict the buyers to always procure the material from approved supplier. Yes.
You mean approved supplier or eligible supplier, Krishna?
Approved supplier.
Approved supplier. Okay.
This is scenario. This is scenario, okay. I mean, these questions, whatever these questions can be asked directly, or can be asked, all these questions can be asked in a scenario way also. They don't ask you that question directly. They will put that question into a scenario, okay?
Okay.
Amazon and Flipkart are punch out suppliers, and I want business, or maybe business. Maybe let's say business wants only to request us to always request the material from them, and other employees should not. What is the answer?
Content job.
Very good. Answer is content, and that's it. You create a punch out catalog for Amazon and Flipkart, and that is added to the content zone. That content zone is added to only 2 employees. Only 2 employees. Very good. Understood, right? The content zone question has put into a scenario.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And even almost I have given the answer in this statement. Okay, but some employees, some interviewers, maybe this statement also they don't tell you directly. They will put this in a different way also. Okay. Okay, team. So that's it from my side for today. Okay.
Sir, you will share this document?
No, I don't share. Extra money. I'll put in the drive. Okay.
No, right, okay, thank you.
I'll put it into the interview questions folder. Okay. After the next class is completed. Okay, or maybe let me put that in front of it. Otherwise, you'll ask me in which folder I didn't see in the. Here. So tomorrow also we will continue our discussion on it. Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes, it
Krishna.
is.
That
Yes,
will be
yes,
helpful.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Sir, tell me.
Sir, what are the roles required for procurement contracts?
It's there, sir. It's there in the procurement contract administrator. It's there here. I mentioned the roles information on top of the every sheet on the right hand side, right?
Yes, sir.
See here.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.